Welcome to Fox Weather Philly. This is a blizzard update. I'm meteorologist Kathy Orr with meteorologist Drew Anderson, and we have a storm.
Yeah, we have not seen this much snow area-wide in a decade.
Yeah, it's a lot. And we're talking about double digits for many locations, especially the Philadelphia area and to the south and east. North and west, we're going to get there. It's 8 to 12 inches of snow, and we'll get to that snow map. But first, we want to take you outside and just show you what's going on right now. And Drew, we have a variety of pictures to show everybody. Ocean City, it's been snowing since about 1 o'clock this afternoon down the shore when the first places to transition over. And you can see it's obviously dark. Temperatures are in the lower 30s, but this is more of a wet, sloppy snow with these types of temperatures.
Yeah, I know that firsthand. When I was walking in Philadelphia, it was coating me, and it's kind of cool because it's sticking to the trees, so everything looks frosted outside, and you're getting that pictures. We take you live around the region, first back down the shore, but because it's a wet snow, oh, it just melts, and my hair was soaked. We're looking live at the airport where there's a lot fewer planes leaving. Look at this at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Hard to see 95 there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Stone Harbor. Look at this. And the wind quite hasn't picked up in all areas, but the wind will continue to go up as the night goes on. You can see the lens right there.
Yeah.
A little bit of the snowflakes have melted, but where's Philly?
Wow, where is it? Visibility reduced with low cloud cover. And as we're seeing, the roads wet in most locations. That's Reading, so that's good news for now.
Couldn't even tell what that is.
It's a whiteout.
Yeah, that's heavy, wet snow.
That could be Westchester. This is Doylestown, and you can see slushy roads, but the track's still on the road, so that's the good news.
Monco right there, KOP. You see it on the rooftops. You see traffic moving. We'll take you into Philadelphia. Look at that low visibility you just mentioned.
Yeah, the low clouds and fog in Philadelphia. And, of course, Allentown looking good right now, but we do expect the intensity of the snow to increase.
That's Westchester. I know my hometown.
Wow, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we have to figure out where that is.
Well, it's just these heavy, wet flakes are sticking to the camera lens, much like they stick to you. I mean, they really hug you when you step outside and walk right now, and that's what's playing out. And now this is the heavy, wet snow. When we do get the shovel time here, you got to be careful on the back when you shovel with this heavy, wet snow.
And late tonight, as obviously the storm gets more intense, it's going to pull down more cold air. Temperatures will be in the 20s. That's going to be a more powdery snow. So at the surface, you could have some wet, slushy snow, but it's not going to be ice this time. And then you'll have a lighter snow to shovel. So we're going to be fine. We're going to get through this just like we do every single storm. So let's talk to you a little bit about the forecast. Not many changes at all. And as you can see, as we look toward Philadelphia, we're seeing the snow. And there is the center of the storm. That is the surface low, the nor'easter. And to the west, you see that little dotted line. That's what we call an inverted trough. And that's helping to extend the snow all the way through Pennsylvania and up into the Great Lakes. So that's insane. It's another component of enhanced snow. And folks that live along that line, that's to the west of us, could get 2 to 4 inches of snow because of the lift associated with that trough. We're going to watch that area of low pressure move northeast. The winds, of course, ahead of it are out of the northeast. That's why we call it a nor'easter. But Drew, do you see those heavier bands starting to make it to Philadelphia? And this is happening, and it's going to get more intense late tonight into tomorrow morning. After midnight, that's when we expect those snow rates of 2 inches an hour plus, especially in South Jersey and Delaware.
I would suspect 3 inches an hour in some of the shore
spaces,
spots. That's crazy. We rarely see that. Think about 3 inches, how much that's stacking up in 1 hour.
That's a lot.
That's
like
a lot
in 3
of snow.
hours, you'll have 12 inches, and that's why down the shore the amounts are so high.
And it's because of that storm. It's intensifying more off the coast. You're closer to where that energizing area is happening. And here's what was so cool to me last night. This was barely anything on the radar.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
What we see on the radar was virtually not there. And that's why the models had such a problem with this one. It really wasn't on the radar until yesterday evening. Then, between yesterday evening and last night, okay, this thing starts growing. And now it's becoming a monster. You
know, we talked about South Jersey getting the most snow, and that from the very beginning, that was one thing that we knew for sure. And that's still the case. So as you get farther away from the storm, there'll be less snow, but it's still a lot for everybody.
Yeah, this is a lot of snow area-wide. It's just not quite as hefty. You know that hefty commercial? Not as hefty as down the shore. And just look at this storm. As you mentioned, this is massive. And the way that you said it's going to pull down that cold air, you see that spin? It's going to pull down that cold air from Canada, just sucking it down like a vacuum. That's why it's going to energize, and all that uplift just helps fuel the storm to get more snow.
And temperatures borderline, as we mentioned, and that's why it may not be sticking to the sidewalks and any treated surfaces just yet.
Yeah, it's
but don't worry, it
on a
will.
lot of roads.
Philadelphia already gusting to 32 miles an hour. You have Atlantic City gusting to 35 miles an hour. So we're starting to see the winds pick up out of the northeast. They'll stay northeasterly until the storm passes. Visibility, we already saw in Philadelphia, that's low clouds. It's not snow cover just yet, not the intensity of the snow, but 1 mile. And Drew, down the shore, less than a mile visibility everywhere. Wow. And that's because of snow and blowing snow.
And that's the concern for later. The winds, the wind gusts will only intensify, and that's what's bringing us to a blizzard warning. It's not the snowfall amount to get called a blizzard. It's you have the winds. When the winds get super strong, these wind gusts over 35, down the shore, 40 to 55 miles an hour. And when you have that for hours and the snow is heavy, you can't see in front of your face. That's whiteout conditions.
Yeah, you're right. It's more about the wind and the visibility than it is the amount of snow. You could get 8 inches, you could get 10 inches, you get 30 inches. It's really about the wind. And as the storm really intensifies, and the peak times for that is about 10 p.m. to about 6 a.m.
Definitely.
That's when you're going to have the blizzard conditions. And the good news is, not as many people are out at that time, or need to be out at that time. So this is a little convenient for us.
For a change, it's not during one of those commutes, right?
It's not,
And in the morning, during the morning rush hour, this is starting to wind down. Now, it's still going to be windy throughout the day tomorrow, and strong wind gusts in Philly, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but the snow is winding down in the morning and then just trailing off to flurries as we head toward lunchtime on your Monday.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong. We know that tomorrow is like a day of not doing anything.
Snow
let the crews
day.
get out, let them plow, and then we can get back to life on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
And we can get to the grocery store hopefully by Tuesday.
Oh, for sure.
So all will be right with the world by then.
And you brought in some extra food here.
I
You're
did.
good to
I
go.
planned ahead. You have to. So let's talk a little bit more about what we expect as far as precipitation, stuff like that. You can see the blizzard warning right here, and that has expanded, Drew, into Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. And so now it's all of New Jersey, all of Delaware, and that's a change from earlier. So it was only parts of New Jersey yesterday, only parts of Delaware. And the reason for that is the stronger winds are coming more inland at this point, and that's why the National Weather Service expanded it. I just can't stress this enough. It's not the amount of snow why the National Weather Service is calling it a blizzard. It's because of the strong winds causing the whiteout conditions, making it very dangerous on the roads. And you got a little bit of the feel of that as we look at the different wind speeds.
Yeah, and you can see the blizzard conditions. The criteria is gusts 35 miles an hour or greater for 3 hours or more, reducing visibility down to a quarter mile. If you get that kind of wind, visibility is going to be reduced by that much.
And then the heavy snow, you have reduced visibility to begin with. So that's why it's so hard to see during these periods. So like you mentioned, it's a good thing it's the overnight, unless you work overnight. But the bottom line is this definitely helps crews get to the roads, having less vehicles out there. And I would imagine less crashes during these whiteout conditions with fewer vehicles on the road.
Exactly, and it will be a whiteout. Down the shore, gusting to 55, inland gust to 45 miles an hour, and we're already seeing winds that are very strong. As we plan for the snow, yes, 12 to 18 down the shore, parts of Ocean County into Monmouth, 18 to 24, that goes into New York and also Long Island, 8 to 12 for us, and that even goes into the Lehigh Valley, where you could be more like 8, 9, but we do have a blizzard warning in effect for the Poconos as well because of the wind. So forecast still looks good. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Chris O'Connell, who is on the road. He's been down the shore where it's been snowing for about
since 1 o'clock.
5 hours.
Yeah.
You're watching Fox Weather Philly. This is a blizzard update. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're watching Fox Weather Philly on Fox Local. This is a blizzard update. I'm Kathy Drew, and Chris is behind us. Chris O'Connell live from Wildwood. Chris, you're being blown around. I'm glad you have your ski goggles on.
Yeah, Kathy, I have to because I'm being pelted right now with either sleet or snow or ocean water. I don't know if you can see the wind has picked up dramatically here down the shore. We're seeing winds of like 30, 32 miles an hour, gusting even more. I'm saying we have some telemetry in our wind, or some wind telemetry in our vehicle. Here, let's take a walk down. We're North Wildwood. Yeah, I know what it is because I just tasted.
Wow, just get that feel.
I think it's sleeting down here.
Look at that.
So let me take it. This is JFK and 7th Avenue at the pavilion here. Kathy, Drew, I know you both probably been down here.
Oh yeah, we were there for the hurricane. Was it Aaron?
We're down here at everyone. Well, the reason why we come down here, guys, is because you see the ocean come over the seawall a lot of times, and it's also a great place to see the beach erosion, which I'm absolutely sure is happening right now with this nor'easter. It usually does. Let's take a look, and absolutely. I mean, there was usual this summer. There was beach all the way up here, and there it goes, crashing against the seawall right now. Violent winds we're seeing down here at the shore. Once again, pelting you in the face. And I got down here around 1:30, guys, and it really it was like a light switch. As soon as I got into Cape May, the flakes started to fall, and that was really the most intense of it in the beginning because those really fat flakes, and it really fell and laid down a lot in Cape May. Got here went up to Wildwood Crest, Wildwood, hit the boardwalk. Same thing, real snowy and windy, but over the last 20 minutes or so, half hour, this snow this wind really kicked up, and it actually tore down some power lines. We checked with Atlantic City Electric, and statewide now there's about 9,000 to 10,000 power outages, and I'm sure that will increase. If you see you see way down there, there's North Wildwood Fire Department and North Wildwood Police Department. That is a power line that was down. I just put that on our social media. So it's either the wind or this heavy, wet snow that's bringing down some power lines. So it's I think we're in for a long night, but right now it's the wind that's really the issue down here.
You know what, Chris, you may end up getting some mixing down there as well. That's questionable in Wildwood and Cape May. But we're looking at your weather observations on the phone right now from the Beast, and you had mentioned the 25.76 knots. And
what's a knot?
It's 1.15 miles.
Oh, okay, I got
So
you.
that's about close to a 30-mile-an-hour sustained wind speed.
You can always use Google.
Here, so take a look. Here's here's our telemetry in the truck.
It's cool. So there's a weather station on top
right
of the
here?
Beast.
Yeah, let's take a look.
There it is. Okay.
There it is. Okay.
32 degrees.
So
your wind speed is about
wind speed's
20
now
knots.
14, 15 knots.
Yep, that's about
32
20.
degrees. And I don't know what this is. Is that how the temperature went down? The air temperature went down over the last 24 hours.
Chris, I can help you with that one. You know why? It's warm in the garage. The garage is heated at Fox 29. It starts from when you start the car to when you head down the shore.
Oh, that explains everything. So, Chris, I know you're concerned down the shore with moderate coastal flooding, and you are in a very flood-prone area, especially those back bays of Wildwood, Atlantic City. We know the usual suspects. What's everybody saying down there?
The tide is going to be high tonight at 11:15, I believe, is high tide. They're always looking at the tide, especially when there's a nor'easter. So we have several hours to go yet, but I'm not sure they're always concerned with coastal flooding, and that we see police down here probably checking just that. But they're also concerned about beach erosion. Of course, that's always the issue down here. So we'll see over the next couple of days.
Hey, Chris, real quick, is that fresh slush right in front of you on the roads?
North Wildwood.
On the roads right there. Is that fresh slush right in front of you?
Yes. Yeah, I'm standing in it. Yeah.
What about in the road? Because it looks like it's pretty thick and embedded like tire tracks.
Oh,
no.
Sorry,
no.
Chris.
Oh, no.
What's
going on?
You brought it to my attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious, right by the beast. You think that's
I got to get out of the slush here.
Yeah, I'm sorry to get your socks
it looks
wet.
like it looks like police are coming down here.
Yeah.
I can tell you in Wildwood, if you have interest down here, they've been doing a really good job with the plows. But then again, it's been really, it hasn't been laying so much because it kind of turns to slush. So they've been having a really good time with, that's a plow there. Yeah,
wow.
You can see, right? It's a plowing slush right there. And it's like another one down there.
See, that's going to make it easier for now.
Once again, JFK, that's probably, it's probably going to be easier for the flooding, too, so it doesn't, clog up the sewer drains.
Right. Wow.
But, yeah, it's a cold, nasty mess out here tonight. I've been out here at storms, but none quite like this one.
So, Chris, you've been out there for about 5 hours, and I know that you encountered snowy conditions earlier. How much do you think, it's hard to tell because everything's blowing, how much do you think you have in North Wildwood?
I don't know. I think I was at Wildwood Crest where I thought we might have had 3-4 inches, but it keeps blowing around. I actually said to someone, I'm not good at measuring, but on a bench, it seemed to be like 3 to 4 inches or so. That was probably 2-3 hours ago.
That makes sense because the Atlantic City Airport is reporting in about 2.5. So that would make sense because you're further south and it started snowing there first.
I tell you, Cape May, it really came down thick in Cape May for a little while.
Oh, wow.
So now we're going to watch the winds gusting to 30, 35 miles an hour already down the shore. Chris, we're anticipating that when you're on our show on Fox 29 at 5 o'clock and in 10 o'clock and Fox Local at 10 o'clock, then your winds could be up to 40, if not 50 miles an hour by then. That's when those blizzard conditions are expected to start.
And the snow's heavier then, too.
Yeah, well, I think we're feeling that mix right now. I feel it on my face.
Okay.
Getting a little facial while we're out here.
Exfoliate a little bit. You're getting a little nature exfoliation.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, Chris, thank you for joining us. We know we'll see you tonight on Fox 29 News at 10 and 11, and we'll get an update for the shore. So Chris O'Connell live down the shore for us. Thanks, Chris. We'll be back with more Fox Weather Philly, the Blizzard edition, right after this. welcome back to Fox Weather Philly on Fox Local on this Sunday. It seems like all of our storms are on the weekend.
What is with that?
I don't know, and they usually go into Monday.
You know, the school kids are happy. I already am getting some school closings. So the one school I teach at, Penn State Brandywine, they're closed tomorrow.
Smart people.
Philadelphia, closed in person, but there is virtual learning tomorrow for the city of Philly. And I'm sure more closings to come.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, my son is in college, and I'm sure they're closing.
Fingers
tomorrow.
crossed
Yeah,
for him.
fingers crossed.
Let's get to some snowfall totals just coming in. We got them on the socials. Hey, reach out to us. Me, Kathy, the whole team, Scott and Sue. We're keeping our socials updated, and we want to hear from you. There's a look in Westchester. 1.5 inches being measured right there. I'm going to take you over, get you started with X. And here is right outside of our building. I went out right before our show started. And you can see it's slushy. It's collecting a little bit right there on the shoulders, a little bit on the Alex Holly trees in front of the building, and you can see some of the footprints as well. But the road's in good shape in Philadelphia. As of just a few minutes ago, that guy is having no problem as he goes down right there. And because this is wet snow, snowflakes that are close to melting into a raindrop, it's beautiful. It's coating the trees. Look, it's coating the deck and the different chairs right there as we take a look in Westchester. And about an hour to 2 hours ago, here's what it was looking like. This is Delaware County. So that's a healthy, nice coating right there. We'll take you to Camden County to show you that picture. And now let's move on right here to Cape May County where we're snowing longer. And we'll wrap up our tour in Burlington County. And Kathy, you have some more snowfall totals.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at them as actually we look at some of our live pictures across the region. Burlington, Lake Pine, we have 1 inch. Northeast Atlantic City, we're looking at 2.4. Chester and East Nottingham, 1 inch. Lehigh County, 1/2 inch. Ocean County, Barnegat has 1 inch. Little Lake Harbor Township has 1 inch. Vineland has 2 inches, closer to where the snow began, of course, south to north. Northampton County, Nazareth, 1.2. In southwest of Stowe, Montgomery County, 0.7, Mount Pocono, 1.3, Lehigh Valley International Airport, only a trace. So not a lot just yet showing up on our amounts, but we do expect the snow to get heavier and the wind to get stronger as the night progresses. So temperatures will fall. The storm intensifies. It's pretty close passing by. Between the wind and the snowfall, it's a good thing that the majority of the snow is going to fall during the overnight, for sure.
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got some more pictures on the socials I want to share. These are coming in from you guys, so we appreciate that. We'll turn it over to Facebook right there. Lisa's saying out her door. You're getting a little feel of that. Tina's in Delco. She's giving a little kind of feel. This is an earlier one. We'll take you to one in Bucks County. Look at that, just as night is falling to kind of give you a feel. So far it looks like Bucks County. I've seen the most accumulations there, particularly in Doylestown. You can really see the slushy tracks on the roads.
So you have 2-3 inches maybe a little bit more?
Easy, yeah. I'd say a good solid 2 up there. And as you heard, it ranges right now between about, say, 1/2 inch to 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
But we're just getting started,
yeah,
right?
and that's removable. Like, it's a good time for the crews to be out, for us to be in, and just try to keep up with this, because it is going to be kind of difficult to keep up with this particular storm, of course. But since a lot of it's falling overnight, that might be a good thing, because we're not going to be outside. As we look at what is coming as far as the accumulations, and we put this model into motion, you can see this particular model is showing about close to 10, 11 inches in Philadelphia's estimate, higher down the shore. But see that bullseye by Tom's River?
I do.
That's as the storm winds up and moves toward Long Island. So that's about an 18 to 24 range where you see that dark purple. Allentown, yes, achieving that 8 to 12, as well as in Reading and the Poconos. Blizzard conditions expected with close to 10 inches of snow.
Kelly, when's the last time you remember seeing a storm that really intensified like this and dumped that kind of snow down the shore? It's been some time.
It's been a while. We've had a lot of those upside down storms,
what do you mean?
But meaning the shore gets more snow than north and west.
Yes, I understand now.
But it kind of flipped on its head.
Oh, I get it.
But remember, 2016 was the last time Philadelphia had more than 8 inches, now 9 inches from the last snowfall. So that was the last time we would have had this much snow if we surpassed that 9 inches.
Wow.
But the widespread in South Jersey, it may have been that storm.
I remember
it doesn't happen often.
2022, but it was a coastal storm. It wasn't quite one of these ones that intensified and it phased. Because we had two different components that was on the radar, and 2 different storms came together, shared their energy, and became this monster. It's this rare meteorological phenomenon, but when it happens over you, oh, we get some snow. And that kind of takes us to this Latin longitude that we're looking at on future radar.
Yes. And if you look really close, if you go south of Boston and east of Jersey, there's a place that's actually called the benchmark. And when a storm system passes that area, you know you're going to be hit with some heavy snow. And that's pretty much the case with this. And you can see by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., the whole western part of our region is ending with snow. Even Philadelphia, it should be lighter. But look at that area in South Jersey. It hangs out a little bit longer, hence the higher accumulations. Storm winds today and into the overnight, inland 25 to 35. More like 45 overnight, and down the shore 45 to 55. And you can see down the shore moderate flooding, as Chris mentioned. Overnight lows falling below freezing. Philadelphia, very close. Like, that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
When the snow comes down heavier, it will probably turn even colder than 31. And you can see 20s to the north and west will make that snow more of a consistency that we're used to.
You're right about that, because when you have really heavy snow, it just cools the air. So, you know, coming down, it's going to be much colder, and that's why it's going to get a little more powdery and not be as wet. It's just this also another meteorological thing. These are the things we don't see that often. This is why this storm, you know, listen, I know these are big snow totals.
This storm is special.
But, you know, I'll get some meteorologists to be excited. But when you have just those 2 to 3 inches an hour coming down,
it's so intense.
Rapidly cold, makes the air much colder. And it's going to cool things down fast.
Yeah, and if you're going to get thunder snow, that's when you're going to get thunder snow.
Oh, yeah.
That's
like,
when it's
for
going to
real.
happen.
Like, you can get thunder and lightning during a snowstorm when it's super strong, just like that.
Yeah, and you're talking about an extreme intensity, a lot of dynamics going on in the atmosphere, and the storm is just really cranking, intensifying, and moving away. And down the shore, those winds, strong tropical storm force equivalent gusts. So, I mean, you think of a hurricane, you know, those hurricane force gusts are offshore, but this is, you know, very powerful indeed.
And with those winds pushing that water inland, that's why it's going to cause some of the coastal flooding. Now, you know, like Chris said, we get the coastal flooding about 10 times a year when the winds are strong and they're kind of coming in off the ocean.
Sure.
You know, and here's the thing with all that. The seas look pretty angry. When he showed the picture there, I mean, that shows you how strong the winds are already. And the winds will be much, much stronger coming up here in a couple hours and into the middle of the night.
Yeah, 10 o'clock to about 6 a.m. will be the peak of that wind, the intensification of the storm, and a very dangerous time to be outside. We only have about a minute left, but we do want to show you what tomorrow will bring. Some snow showers you can see possibly through the late morning hours, but then it all ends. It becomes flurries, and temperatures are expected to rise above freezing, which would be very good.
And windy tomorrow. It
very
stays windy.
Still quite windy. And we've been talking about how it warms up afterward. It's not going to be extremely warm through the rest of the week, but at least it's not going to be in the 20s. It will be more comfortable to be outside in the 40s and potentially the 50s over the weekend. But
melt this, Kathy. We don't want. I just saw my yard. Come on, get this melted.
I just saw my yard yesterday.
Thursday for me, finally.
And now it's
going away.
Going away, and this will be this. Well, we're not going to say this will be it, because you never know what March will bring.
I learned my lesson. I thought we were done with snow a couple weeks ago. I was wrong on that.
But daylight saving time is going to be a couple weeks away, and then that will change things. And of course, our days are getting longer. That will change things as well. So we'll get through this storm. We'll have another update, a 5-minute update coming up on Fox Local at about 7.